Major policemen turned legislators want the Philippines to follow the U.S. action in disputed waters in the West Philippine Sea. For the details, here is Freddie Abando.
The recent passage of the U.S.'s lesson within 12 nautical miles of Subi Reef, where China conducted reclamation activities to build an artificial island, has the possibility of the Philippines doing the same in the future. The Philippines has issued a number of protests against China's construction activities, which both nations claim. Subi is within the Spratlys, one of several islands and reefs contested by several countries. It is 12 nautical miles from Pagasa Island, one of the islands claimed by the Philippines. Last week, the Permanent Arbitration Court in The Hague assumed jurisdiction of the Philippines' historical and rightful claim of areas in the Spratlys within its exclusive economic zone. The Saturday group of congressmen from the House, composed of 3 former generals of the PNP and officers of the AFP, led by Congressman Samuel Pagdilao, said the United States action was a act to protect and preserve the freedom of navigation in one of the busiest trade routes in the world.
Maganda pong development yan dahil kinikilala po ng korte na ito sa The Hague na meron po silang jurisdiction dito sa kasong isinampa natin sa laban sa China, no? Patungkol dyan sa mga islang inaangkin ng bansang yan at yung pong napapaloob naman sa teritoryo natin. Yun pong ginagawa ng Estados Unidos, gusto lang po nating sabihin na they are not doing it for and in behalf of the Philippines. Let us remember that. Although we stand to benefit from those actions. Why? Because it challenges the status quo that China is seeking to establish in the South China Sea. In fact, some countries have already gone to the point of saying that we might as well do the same thing that the United States is doing. And I mentioned Australia, who is planning to do planning to conduct the same freedom of navigation patrols. At maganda po yan.
Of course, it strengthens our position, no? And it should invite Philippine authorities to consider doing the same thing, because that should be the conduct of any sovereign country, no? In the exercise of its rights under international law, no? To navigate in international waters, because this is for everybody, not for any particular country. So I hope that this will be taken by our as a signal that we should pursue this.
Because of this, Pagdilao and company called for the deployment of an explorer ship to sail the same route where the U.S. destroyer passed through last week. Pagdilao said he and the members of the Saturday group will board the ship. He invited members of the media to join the trip to see what China has been doing in recent months to reclaim and build artificial islands within Philippine territory. The other members of the Saturday group are Congressman Romeo Acop and Paul Batawil, and Magdalo Party List Congressman Ashley Asedillo and Gary Alejano.
Are willing to board a ship that will, tread on international waters just to test. Okay? So, kung nagawa ng malaking bansa yan, katulad ng United States, because that is really the right conduct, no, to be done, then we should also pursue that. We are a small country. Is it something that will provoke a Chinese government, no, to any action? I don't think so, because if they're going to do that to us, that would clearly be bullying, no? And they can only do that to a small country like us, no? So this is something that will also elicit, no, what character China has, no, in terms of its actuations on issues like this.
Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.